I have to pee. I don't want to drink this water.
I was told we were going live. Is working on this, getting the scoreboard caught up to the game state because he was fixing the game.
Right, yeah. Joe's been working very hard all day.
So it's not his fault. It's Jacob's computer that failed.
It's my fault entirely. It's. I'll take the blame. Ooh,
Bruce. Looks like we have updated life totals 6 to 18.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
If you're a Bruce Gibbons fan, and everybody is. This is not good.
America is unhappy with how this is going right now.
Bruce tosses a centaur token from somewhere. And he's going to do something to clutter with the board.
Looks like he has 2 cards. And he is in the tank.
Yeah.
About how to sequence this turn.
Yeah.
Make some sort of generally positive motion with the mouse.
I don't think we're live yet. He's setting up the score thing.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It looks like Curtis is just pounding.
That's the game.
All right. So we'll be able to get game 2 and potentially 3. That's good. Perfect timing, actually. Yeah.
We're going to jump in. Curtis is up 1-0. Joe, are we live? I'm sorry to keep asking, I just don't know. If we are live, I apologize to anyone that's watching for continually wondering. We just had a little... We are live.
We're live!
So we apologize. We had a little problem with our computer. We don't know exactly what caused it, but it seems to be running now. And Joe is doing great work over there. And something with our encoding possibly caused the computer to work too hard. It looked like an overheating issue on we're streaming from a laptop.
The best laptop in the world.
Jacob's laptop, which is completely letting us down. But no, we're back. We'll talk about this match a little bit. We missed game 1. We apologize for that, but it looked like there wasn't a lot of Magic being played. But when we came in at the tail end, Curtis Frazier is playing Bant Hexproof, and he just had the Bant Hexproof draw.
Right.
It was just like a Geist Chain Trap with like 6 enchantments on it, and Eric Shiro was just dead.
Right. Shiro was playing Bant colors. I don't know what exactly.
He might be playing like that Bant mid-range deck. Mm-hmm. That's just good value stuff, creatures, some Farseeks to tie it all together.
Yep.
We'll see what Eric Shiro's playing as we go.
Yep.
It's interesting. We'll talk about the players for a minute while we go here. Eric Shiro, Dayton Magic Club member. Curtis Frazier, a Dayton Magic Club member. Curtis is a professional Star City grinder. It's actually what he does for a living. You probably haven't seen him make a lot of big money finishes, but he's finished in the top 32, top 16, top 64 of a lot of these Star City Opens. And if you go to these events, you're going to see him there. He travels all over the country to play on this circuit, and his home base is here in Dayton.
He's qualified for all the invitationals this year just on open points, which is very impressive.
Yeah, he doesn't have that big top 8. He's never really broken through yet, but he plays Pox and Legacy all the time. It is his deck. He's been playing it since
very fielder,
and he's a good player. So you're going to get a good game, and you never know what he's going to play because he plays, like I said, he plays a little bit of everything.
Right. I believe I saw Bant colors. He has played Bant Hexproof in the past. I don't think that's what he's playing now.
I don't think so either, but it wouldn't stun me.
Right. Curtis having to mulligan.
Yep. Well, Bant Hexproof, a deck that does have to mulligan a fair amount of hands. Right. It's just got that mix of lands, enchantments, and creatures that it just has to draw.
Right.
If your hand is creatureless or enchantmentless, it's really tough keep.
Right. But if it has the mix, it's dangerous.
It definitely has one of the better nut draws in the format.
Yes.
The only thing that's really holding it back, I think, from being just a really established tier 1 contender is the fact that it's just a little inconsistent. But you can definitely take a tournament down with it. You know, if just a little bit of luck and some real tight play, and the deck is very, very dangerous. Yeah. So it looks like a breeding pool.
Go and play tap.
Or a Hinterland Harbor, perhaps.
I think that's breeding pool.
It might be a breeding pool.
Hollow Fountain.
That's all of the colors.
So he indicated he was taking 2, so this is probably...
Could be a Voice of Resurgence.
Could be anything.
Or a Farseer.
A Farseer, okay.
So not ban hexproof.
Yeah, it's definitely not ban hexproof. Before the round started, I did a lap to see what people were playing, and I saw Shiro had Voice of Resurgences and Tristanes.
Okay.
So,
could be playing something real similar to what Bruce was playing in Game 1. Yep. Bruce and Eric are real good friends, so it wouldn't surprise me that they had worked on this deck together and maybe started with the same kind of core.
Right, they discussed tech quite a bit.
Yeah. And Curtis Frazier just real eager to prove himself. He wants to he wants to win this match very, very badly.
Yes.
Worth pointing out that it's Eric Shiro's birthday today, Friday the 13th.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Shiro. Eric Shiro.
So I believe that's the fan, right?
Is that a smiter?
Yes.
I think that's a smiter.
And
happy birthday, Shiro.
It looks like Curtis has some lands.
Yes, I'm a little curious about Curtis's key. I wonder if it's really stacked with enchantments.
Curtis Frazier at 165 life.
It looks like his hand might be the all enchantment draw, that if he draws one creature, he can really suit it up. But until then, Curtis is a little famous. Originally, when we first started playing Magic with him, he is a gambler. He'll take the long shot hands a lot of times. You know, the low outers that have the high risk, high reward hands.
Exactly.
Not necessarily bad hands, but the hands that are missing a piece. He's a little more inclined to keep those than a more conservative player might be.
Exactly.
So that wouldn't surprise me if his hand is real explosive, but missing just that one critical piece that he was hoping to maybe on the draw to. He's under the gun, though.
Sure, bringing the beatdown.
I don't know if there's anything you can draw at this point.
Not really a whole lot to say here. Another. Yeah.
Curtis is
again
hanging in there.
Balance would be very good.
Yes. Supreme Verdict. I don't know what he's.
Okay, so in Stalker.
Yeah, there was. He was missing that one piece.
I don't think that's definitely.
He was just playing that for the camera to show us that he had it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and then packs it up.
Yep. Yep. That's what it was. It had the two best enchantments possibly in the deck. Your Rancor and Eric's 3-mana 4/4s. Just take over the game. They're just big.
Yeah, so Curtis is really looking for that invisible stalker.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how he's going to get through all of these.
Spectral Flight, invisible stalker. The evasive stuff's going to be really important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what the best thing you can do a lot of times against these super fast aggro decks, gaining life against these hexproof decks isn't all that effective a lot of times because the damage comes in such big chunks.
Right, yeah. It's not like you're playing against like a red deck wins or whatever where your creatures are so small and they're very flimsy.
And you can just run out of gas.
Yeah, but the name of this deck is hexproof. Right. Their guys aren't going to die very easily.
So, sometimes the best thing you can do there is just put a bigger guy down. Right. Just because if he's got to throw away 2 or 3 enchantments to get through, sometimes you can just run him out of gas that way.
Yeah. So we'll see what kind of. It looks like Shiro's going back.
Curtis looks like he's keeping.
Curtis always looks like he's keeping.
That's true.
He's always ready.
He's ready to play some Magic the Gathering cards.
Yes.
But man, I would think that in this entire game store right now, there's no one that wants to win this game more than Curtis Frazier wants to win this game against Eric Shiro now.
Yeah,
this is a grudge
this is match. A small thing, but I don't think Shiro shuffled very well after his mulligan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the worst thing you can do after mulligan. Okay, so
is that a Glade Cover Scout?
Appears to be a Glade Cover Scout off of a breeding pool. So
okay.
Curtis going down to 18,
and off to the kind of start you want.
Yep.
If this turn is a double suit swing, Shiro's under the gun. It's really hard to get back into the game sometimes It is not that, though. It is yet another Glade Cover Scout.
Okay, well, I mean, Curtis could just be setting up a big play.
This is true.
Yeah. Which is what he should be hoping for, because 2 1-1s are not going to come against this deck.
Two non-evasive 1-1s are going to get outclassed, possibly starting right now.
Yeah, Shiro actually might be better off with a voice than a pass.
Could be a Celestia Charm.
Yeah, definitely.
Curtis
that'd be
in
very
the tank.
Oh, no
serving in. I'm curious what's in his hand.
So this needs. What could it be?
It's just full of guys. It's the opposite of his last draw.
Okay. So if Shiro can live to a Supreme Break that may or may not be in his deck, then
yeah, Shiro's not.
He's on the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, even without if Curtis rips an enchantment,
that's a land.
That's another land.
This could be a Geist of St. Traft. Nope, it's an Unflinching Courage and an Ethereal Armor. Now we're playing Magic, guys.
Well, so
he is.
What is that? I don't know what card that was.
Joe, could we get an update on what card that is? Is that a Ray Revelation?
That's a very good card to be drawing.
Yep. It's a very powerful sideboard card.
Shiro needs to deal with these guys. He's
still under the gun. If he kept a handful of Ray Revelations, he could just lose to the 3 damage.
Exactly.
You know?
That's one of those cases where you draw all your sideboard cards, but no help. Okay, well, he has a blocker for the Glade Cover Scouts. He unfortunately can't flash back the Ray of Revelation. He doesn't have green mana available.
Curtis plays another guy.
That's
a Witch Stalker. Witch Stalker not universally adopted in these lists. In fact, I would say it is actually.
That's a Spectral Flight.
Spectral Flight
on the Witch Stalker.
That might just be it. I don't know what Shiro could have.
Yeah,
never show all the Thragdusks. And
happy birthday, Shiro! Sorry,
happy birthday, Shiro! You just got hexproof.
Yeah,
that was just not either of those decks running on all their cylinders. But Curtis could cast his spells, and Shiro just couldn't draw the land to turn on his more powerful cards.
Yeah, Shiro had a very slow hand, and he got stuck on mana. So.
I would say 1 Thragtusk, on time, and that game he could have put it away. It takes away Curtis's attacks.
And he had Restoration Angels. And...
Yeah, I mean he had it all, and then 3 land.
Yep,
it's just the way it goes sometimes.
So Shiro had a Farseek that game.
Yeah.
I mean, and you see that with these green mid-range decks. The games where they have Farseek and the games they don't have Farseek are very different.
Yes, absolutely. So Curtis Frazier moves on to 2-0 with Bant Hexproof.
Yep.
Shiro drops to 1-1 with Bant
mid-range.
Good stuff. Let's call it Bant mid-range. Bant good stuff. Yeah. So, and I think we're gonna cut away.
Absolutely.
And
we'll be back for round
we'll go
3.
walk around the room and pick you guys out a good match for round 3.
Yeah, and so far they've been awesome. So
absolutely, we've gotten to say that one was a little anticlimactic maybe, but
yeah, we're seeing when I think of the players at Game Haven, these are the guys that I think of.
Yeah,
Mike, Bruce, Shiro, Curtis.
Yeah, so. And get to see them play 3 games. Looks like they are. We got the grudge match. They're playing again.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I don't know. What do you think, Joe? Do we want to watch the bonus game?
I want to watch the bonus game.
All right. We're getting a vote for the bonus game. We got Mike Walters added to the booth over here. Want to say something, Mike?
I'm good.
Did you win last round, Mike?
Yeah, I got there.
Okay, so Mike is 2-0 as well. Playing green-black with zombies.
We're going to ask you, do you have Dreg Manglers left in that deck? Or the Lifebane Zombies just replace them?
Yep.
That's what we were kind of thinking.
Do you play Varals?
No.
I thought that'd be sweet.
I was hoping you were playing Varals.
All right, we got the bonus birthday grudge match.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Eric Shiro. Here you go. Tournament's going to run a little late tonight, and that's all completely our fault.
It's worth it, though.
I agree.
They knew what they were getting themselves into. And hopefully we can avoid computers exploding and things like that. So.
And this looks like a Unflinching Courage.
Yep. On a Witch Stalker.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It might not be irrelevant.
Well, it's hexproof.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know, but it's not pro blue.
It just has hexproof?
Yeah.
So it's a
3/3 hexproof. If they play a blue or black spell on your turn,
right.
Yeah, that's the one. It gets bigger.
Okay.
But you're basically playing it just as a hexproof gnarled mass.
Yes. Oh, there's a Thragtusk from Shiro. This is
That's what
this is the kind of game I think he was looking for last time.
Right, make your land drops, ramp up with
another Thragtusk.
Ramp up with the Farseeks, and then just play these bigger cards, right? He's bringing the heat.
Yeah, the Hexproof is one of those decks you just have to end the game as fast as you can.
Yeah, because your cards individually aren't very good.
Yeah,
I mean they're just not. They're a bunch of 1/1s for 1 and 2, like
enchantments.
Yeah, and like especially if they're playing post-boarded game here, which we don't know. Now Curtis is right back under, and it doesn't block well.
Exactly.
Hexproof doesn't. When you have to start when you're under the gun like this, your guys don't trade up very well.
Yeah, they just die.
Yeah. I mean, now the Witchstalker just traded for half of a Thragtusk there.
Yeah, that's
but he's
not
still.
ideal.
I mean,
and Thragtusk number 3.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this game is. I mean, Curtis again. It
doesn't get flooded pretty poorly. Yeah.
But the Banned Hexproof deck doesn't play well from behind. It has a hard time catching up. Sometimes you can hit that second ethereal armor or that unflinching courage and race.
Right.
But, when you're down like this, you can't start blocking because what are you going to do?
Yeah, you're chump blocking the whole time.
And you just have no way to catch back up to that card, to those cards. You have no way of really drawing out of it.
This is a very poor situation for Curtis. I bet Shiro wish he had this draw during the actual
This is the kind of draw he wanted. And this is a reasonable draw from Curtis's deck.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, flooded, but...
Oh, is that a Zagana?
Is this...
5?
This is like a prime speaker band
list
that we saw a while ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melissa DeTora have some success with.
The Wolfrun Bant.
But it never really caught on after that. As much as some of us thought it might.
Yeah, I had a feeling that deck
Curtis scoops it up. Yeah. he's toast.
I wonder if the Bant deck that Melissa DeTora played was one of those decks that's like, well, it's good for a tournament. It's good at the Pro Tour. Because there are a lot of decks that are very good on Pro Tour scenes, but not very good at all.
And that's a really good point, and something we talk a lot about at the Dayton Magic Club. One of our, missions is the idea that playing to your local metagame.
It's very different.
Is important. Sometimes when you take these decks that are tuned to play in a different kind of tournament here, this deck Eric Shiro's playing would have done possibly very, very well against, say, a mono red opponent.
Exactly.
That he could have very reasonably expected to face today.
Yeah.
Instead, he got beat down by Witchstalkers. Yeah. That happens.
And as much as Curtis plays that game, Haven, Shiro plays here much more.
Yeah.
And so he knows the metagame very well here.
Yeah. It was a good choice, I think, for the tournament. Absolutely. And he still has 4 rounds to go, or 3 rounds now.
Right.
We're playing 5 rounds tonight. We're going to get the prize support for you guys next round, let you know what everyone's playing for.
Money.
And possibly a record update, and we'll get you a feature match round 3. And with that, I think we'll probably cut away, Joe, and come back for next round.
I'm going to eat a sandwich.
That sounds delicious.
Yes.